The scale of King's, which is enormous, gave us certain advantages. Even though the theater and the auditorium was substantially water damaged, we estimate we reproduced or recreated approximately 35% of all the plaster work in here. But the scale of it worked to our advantage because we were able, in almost every instance where something was completely destroyed or missing, to be able to go to another area or zone of the theater and find another one and make a giant mold of it and cast new parts. So we were lucky. In a smaller setting, if it had been as water damaged, everything might have been lost, and we would have done more sculpture work from scratch. We brought large-scale mold making to the theater. Traditional techniques ask you or demand that you hand apply the rubber molds. Here we have special spray equipment where we're spraying on silicone to create large-scale molds. That allowed us to do a lot of mold making up on the big ceiling right on the spot. Day one, spray and take large molds. Day two, do the shell mold. Day three, remove it. Day four, be casting new parts right up on the scaffold, and maybe as early as the fifth day, reinstalling where the parts are needed. That rhythm allowed us to keep the original construction timetable and also allowed a lot of the work to take place up high on the scaffolds as opposed to trying to make it off-site, crate it, truck it, hoist it, and then install it. This caryatid, we had to make 6 more for the theater and then restore some of these. And to do that, we had to make molds. These are big molds with lots of details, lots of undercutting details. And for EverGreene to do this, it really starts with the mold maker. When we do spray application molds, it has a tremendous time-saving element, but at the same time, the master mold maker has to be an incredibly patient person. That person's going to set up how the mold is going to work, and there are certain elements of that mold making process that can't be rushed. So one of the first things that a great mold maker has is patience. And the second thing they have is attention to detail, because all of these things have to be captured in the mold. Once the mold is made, we can't correct it. It has to be made right once.